Alright guys, we're not gonna do Cody Ko's work for him. Look, there are a million people making videos about this, but I want to use mine to speak directly to Cody's fans. Now if you aren't familiar with the situation, internet golden boy Cody Ko is currently in some very hot water. He's dealt with controversy in the past, as I imagine anyone who's been on the internet for long enough has, but he's been essentially untouchable for years. However, I think this most recent controversy is getting too loud for people to ignore. What Cody's facing now are allegations that he, a 25-year-old man at the time, slept with Tana Mongeau, a then 17-year-old budding content creator and longtime fan of his. And based on the latest developments, I have a hard time believing that these allegations are untrue. If you want a more in-depth breakdown on the main scandal, I recommend you check out Wallace or Moist Critical's video on this. But now I want to address Cody's fans, myself included. Where do we go from here? My wife and I have watched Cody regularly for years now, although recently our viewings have become less and less frequent as this story began to develop. Even before the video of Gabby Hanna corroborating Tana Mongeau's story resurfaced, I just felt this emptiness, this pit in my stomach every time I would sit down to watch a Cody video that I just couldn't shake for the life of me. And now that we have that video, I'm pretty confident I won't be able to enjoy Cody's content ever again. There's a lot of emotion associated with something like this because if you're a big fan of Cody, you could have watched a video from him basically every day of the week for years. Of course you feel like you know him. I mean, I've probably listened to the guy speak more than I have my own parents in the last 4 years. His wrongdoing here isn't just against one person. Although of course the majority of it is, a bit of it is against us, the fans, as well. And it's totally valid to feel betrayed by someone who for years kept this hidden and has done his best to build a pastel and puff print image of himself. It's okay to feel confused and conflicted, and it's okay to have a hard time moving on from his content. That's normal. What I do want to address though is how we go about this. The way I see it, there's two options, both of which I witnessed while covering the Dr. Disrespect story last week, which by the way is like 2 in 1 month. Get it together, guys. The first option, the wrong one in my opinion by the way, is to take it very personally and lash out in defense of Cody Ko. I've seen people doing this all week with Dr. Disrespect. People trying to minimize his wrongdoings or disparage and discredit his accusers. And I personally don't think we should be out here doing the dirty work for Cody Ko. Cody's a grown-up. That's kind of the whole problem here. And he should be the one responding to these allegations. When you go to war blindly for him without hearing anything from his camp, you're just bailing him out of having to address these things himself. Like I said, I understand the impulse to try and justify all the time you spent watching him and all the positive feelings you feel for him by attempting to just brush this whole thing off. I get it. And maybe you're in denial like I was for a long time, hoping upon hope that maybe it's not so bad and that Cody would say something, anything, to put my mind at ease. What I would suggest you do while we sort through all this is the second option, which is to reflect on these allegations and the facts that we have and either just move on or wait patiently for him to address these allegations himself. I've seen lots of people in both Cody and Dr. Disrespect's case come to the decision that although they love the content, these creators are not the people that they thought they were. And if you really believe that Cody Ko can clear his name somehow, wait patiently until Cody takes the initiative to do that, if he ever does. If this isn't a deal breaker for you, I'd probably just suggest keeping it to yourself. Because if these allegations are true, and like I said, at this point it seems more than likely that there is at least some truth to them, no one is going to make you feel better about not caring. You can choose to do whatever you want, but the people who don't think this is okay aren't going to let you off the hook for it. So you'll just have to be okay with it for yourself. And if you find that you can't do that, maybe ask yourself why that is. But again, the last thing anyone should be doing right now is taking up arms for Cody and lashing out at Tana. The type of retaliation that she's been facing for coming forward with this is the same type of retaliation that victims of SA face all the time, which is what makes it so hard for them to tell their story and get justice in the first place. If you want to get out your pitchforks and get mad at someone, demand that Cody make a statement, because that's probably the worst part of this whole thing. Cody has let Tana twist in the wind for years without ever saying anything. Even now, he remains silent. He's left Tana exposed to an onslaught of criticism from people who are either his fans or the people who seem to just look for women who are reporting SA and then attack them for even mentioning it. He's never used his main channel to address any of his controversies in the past, but the content machine did slow down this week as he missed his regular Tuesday upload, which is surprising to me because one of the biggest issues I had with Cody Ko before the scandal broke is that it felt like nothing could get that thing to stop running full speed ahead. But now, his silence speaks volumes. Maybe he's finally taking some time away to prepare a response to the situation. Maybe he's just lying low until the heat dies down. Or maybe he's just walking away forever. Either way though, I wanted to urge you to pause before you speak on this situation. Do not take accusations against your favorite creator as an attack on your character. You were intentionally misled. That's not your fault. But now you know. And how you choose to react is up to you. All I ask is that you take the time you need and respond as gracefully as you can. Don't be the person that helps Cody bury this story again. At the very least, he needs to say something. He's let Tana take a lot of abuse online for way too long. I'm really bummed about this, but first and foremost, I think it's important that we hear the truth. And that means we don't attempt to silence Tana while Cody refuses to speak. But anyways, thank you guys so much for stopping by the channel. We're growing pretty quickly these days, and that's really exciting, so thank you guys so much for all the love. We're so close to 100 subs, and we're getting closer every day to becoming the most subscribed to Aaron Trevino on YouTube. So if you want to be a part of that, like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell. Hopefully we'll have something a little more fun to cover next time, but I'll check in with you guys again real soon.